In today's video, I'm going to show you how to transform your daytime look into an evening look. So for today's makeup, I actually use this base, which is by Force Vital. It's Aqua Vital Bloom Flash. It feels a little bit matte on my skin, but overall it's very nice and it hydrates. For foundation, I'm actually going to use this Ease Drop Blurring Skin Tint by Fenty Beauty. It's in the shade number 8, and I'm going to apply it now off camera, and I'll be right back. Before I start applying the bronzer, I wanted to show you actually this sponge that I'm using. It's by Huda Beauty. I got it in a mystery box, and I actually really like this sponge. It's small, but of course I damped it a little bit with this Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray by Charlotte Tilbury. And it's very easy to clean. It doesn't absorb so much product. As you can see, it's not that much. I'll show you afterwards the difference when I clean it, but it's definitely a very good product. Okay, so here is the bronzer. I'm just gonna get some of it with this brush by KVD Beauty. I'm trying to get as much product as possible, and I'm gonna apply some on my cheeks. It blends in very well with the skin. I think I may use actually the sponge to blend in well the product, and a little bit here and on my nose, of course. Of course, you can use afterwards a powdered bronzer to intensify that warmth, because with the creams you can see the warmth, but it's not sufficient enough. It's more like a base for the powder to be able to be brought out and, you know, create that really nice contour on your face. Okay, so I applied my concealer. I used the Tarte Shape Tape concealer, and I waited also a few minutes for it to kind of set in onto my face. And I'm gonna blend now the areas where I've applied it. It's a full coverage concealer. Of course, you can use a different kind if you'd like. That is totally optional and up to you. But I decided to use today a little more coverage. And of course, the center where we highlighted a little bit more. I noticed that I have also applied some dots. Those dots are actually for the areas where my face has a little bit of blemish. Of course, if the blemish is much more visible, and of course you would like to color correct, you can do that prior to applying your foundation. For me, color correcting is not always a necessary thing unless I do have like a really visible pimple, some visible redness that I really want to erase, and so I color correct then, but I rarely do it. And of course, the color correction for pimples is green. It cancels them out. And of course, if you use full coverage foundation when you have more pimples in your face, or your skin is more prone to acne, I usually don't think that this is a very good idea, because that will close your pores, and I think in these kinds of situations you need something that will be beneficial to your skin. Otherwise, the heavier the coverage is, the more your skin may suffer. Of course, there are different options out there, but definitely consider that Of course, it depends on the occasion. Some people definitely go for full coverage when it's a special occasion, which is okay, I guess, but on the daily, I would not recommend that. It's definitely harsh on the face, and even I noticed how my skin gets drier. Yeah, it's a lot of makeup, it's a lot of foundation. So something that's beautiful, it's better, and something that will leave the skin nice and will not overwhelm it or make more pimples on your face. So consider that when you buy your products. And of course, if you have problematic skin, definitely consult with someone who is professional and can guide you on what's best for you and your skin. If you have seen any of my previous videos on YouTube or Instagram, you may have seen that I've been using quite a bit this Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder. So yeah, it's almost gone actually. I will need to get a new one soon, but in any case, right now, whatever is left, I'm gonna use, of course, all the way this powder. It's not gonna go away anytime soon. But with this highlighter brush, I'm going to apply some underneath my eyes just to get rid of that shyness, and any areas where I get oily quicker, which are the T-zone, under the eye, basically the middle parts of my face. That's where I would apply it, and also on my eyebrows, because there's oil as well. The eyebrows, yeah, I actually heard this from Huda Beauty, that your eyebrows need to get set also with facial powder, because there's oil and that eventually causes them to fall out. It was a pretty crazy fact, and I never thought about it, but I guess it makes some sense. So for eyeshadow base, I use this all-time favorite eyeshadow potion primer by Urban Decay. It's definitely very little left, if there's any at all, but I did manage to put some on my eyes. But before that, I will quickly just brush my brows and fill in whatever needed. I'm using another actually all-time favorite. It's this Anastasia Beverly Hills brow wiz in dark brown. So I'm just brushing up a little bit, and I'm also looking myself in the camera. And I'm going to use also the brown mascara, which is again in dark brown, and this gel. So I'm applying the gel now to hold the brows in place. Yeah, I don't want any bushy eyebrows or eyebrows that are not looking great. So here they are. That's the final look of the brows, and now I'm gonna get to the real part, which is the eyes and the actual daytime makeup that I will be showing you. So for today's look, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Nude palette. This palette came out probably already many years ago. Not quite many years ago, but it's definitely an oldie, but it actually has quite a bit of different colors, which are neutrals and are perfect for our daytime look. So I'm gonna get to it, starting with a really light color. So I'm going to start with a very light shade called Bear, and I'm going to apply it all over the lid like this. Daytime looks actually do not include that much eyeshadow. I mean, we're going to use very light colors, and then we'll transition essentially to darker colors to make the look suitable for an evening type of look. And this is also going to set our base. As the next step, I'm going to use the shade Teddy from the palette, and I'm just going to apply it right here at the corner. So I'm not going to apply anything underneath the eye because that's going to be for the next step, which will be the evening look. So for powder bronzer, I'm using the Benefit Cosmetics Hoola bronzer, and I'm applying it on my cheeks. I kind of applied a little too much on this side, so I tapped away the excess with a sponge. I used the same one I used earlier, and I'm just applying on this side right now. And notice that I'm doing it upward so there's no patchiness created. And now I'm gonna apply some on my forehead to add that warmth. And of course here on this side. As you can see, the face is already looking very refreshed, and I really like that very much. So for blush, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild blush, which is in the shade Nudist Society. Actually, I broke it and I had to recover it. Thankfully, it recovered thanks to rubbing alcohol. So I'm going to take some with my brush, and I'm being careful because I don't know how well this is going to work. And I'm just going to apply right here on my cheek to make it even brighter and fresher. It's a very beautiful color. And maybe a little bit on my forehead, just a little bit. So because this blush has its own sparkles, I don't really feel the need that I need to put additional highlighter. So I'm just going to leave the cheeks the way they are. And I think you can see kind of the sparkles. It adds this really nice subtle highlight to them. So I went ahead and applied my mascara, which is by Elias Beauty. I love this mascara. I got it not too long ago and I just fell in love. It is kind of pricey for a mascara, but if you like to splurge at least once or once in a while, definitely recommend you to try this mascara. It's really good. Now I'm going to apply the lipstick, and that's gonna finalize our daytime look. And of course I am using a brush to apply the lipstick. I did not use any lip liner in before that. If you don't have a corresponding lip shade lip liner, there's nothing to worry about. You can still apply your lipstick as is, but you can use a brush so you can have more precision, and it's still going to look nice and pretty. And of course you won't make any errors, as if you were to apply it directly on your lips, you are more likely to make errors. And if you do make errors, you can always correct them with concealer and a brush. So here is our daytime look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really did. And there's no eyeliner whatsoever, no dark eyeshadow. It's all just regular, ordinary eyeshadow colors. It's definitely giving the spring vibes. It's very refreshing and cute, of course. So if you are into a daytime look, this is going to be perfect for you. So now I'm going to move on to the next step, which is to make the look a little bit darker, and I'll show you how that's gonna happen. So now that we're finished with the daytime look, we're going to transition to an evening look. So in order to transition to an evening look, you basically need to use darker shades and eyeliner, depending on how much intensity you want to add to your daytime look. I'm going to use most likely the same eyeshadow palette. It's so pretty. I just love the color story in it. So I also have this shadow switch, which is basically a cleaner for your for your brushes. You basically tap it here, and it's supposed to clean your brush immediately, so you can reuse it. Or if you have additional brushes, you can obviously use other ones. But I will definitely need to use this one, so I'm just going to clean it a little bit. And this is, as you can see, everything has been transferred and the brush is completely clean and ready to use again. So I'm going to start with a darker shade, but before that I'm going to use an eyeliner on my eyelids. I'm going to use one that is smooth and easy to apply and also to blend out. For the eyeliner, I'm going to use this Cargo Cosmetics. It's called Swimmables, and the color is called Pfeiffer Beach, and the number is 5. This is what it looks like. So I'm going to apply this shade, this liner right on my outer corner to give that extra definition on my eye. It really becomes like a winged eyeliner, but soon we're going to do something else. So as you can see, it's starting to get a little bit darker. I do plan to apply some also here, just a little bit. So as you can see, the outer corners are quite defined, and that definition of course is brought underneath the eye as well a little bit. Now it definitely looks different than earlier. Also, I would be happy if you guys share with me which look you liked better, the evening one or the daytime look. Okay, so this is what the evening look looks like. As you can tell, it's quite dark. Yeah, it's totally different than the daytime look that I created earlier. There wasn't much change. I just applied this Cargo eye pencil, and then over it I applied the purple eyeshadow from the Huda Beauty Nude palette, and I also applied a little bit underneath. Of course, if you want to add some glitter, you can. I think I'm gonna apply some because I haven't applied glitter in a long time. But this is what the look looks like. It's a very simple step if you want to upgrade your look to an evening look. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Of course, I'm going to show you shortly how I'm going to apply the glitter on my eyelids. So for the glitter to stick, I'm going to use this NYX glitter primer, and I'm going to apply it in the areas where I want the glitter to pop out. And I'm going to use the same palette by Huda Beauty, and I'm just going to apply afterwards the Infatuated glitter, which is a pressed glitter. And yeah, so where I'm going to apply the primer will be right here on this side. Haven't used this in a while, so hopefully there's product still. So I'm just going to press it a little bit like this, and of course wait for it to dry. I don't really want to use that much of the glitter, but just a little, and on this side as well. And I'm gonna wait for it to dry up a little bit, and then I'm gonna apply the glitter. So I let the primer dry up, and I can feel that it's sticky on my eyelids a little bit, so I'm going to load my brush with some of the sparkle, and I'm going to tap it right here on my eyelid, in the middle of the eyelid actually. And you see how pretty it's starting to get. I hope you guys can catch the glitter. I can see it from here, but you might not be able to, perhaps, or maybe a little bit. It's just to make the eyelid even prettier. You don't have to do it, of course. You can use a different color if you like in the middle. It doesn't matter, or you can leave it as is and just have just the darker portion. It's all individual choice. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really like to see your opinion in the comments. Of course, you can give a like on this video, and if you'd like to support my channel and the development of my channel, you can subscribe and click on the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you so much for your support, and see you later. Bye bye. Guys, I wanted to really quickly show you how clean the sponge looks like, as I promised you I was going to show you that when I clean it. As you can see, it's incredibly clean and without any effort, so definitely it's a great product.